Hi guys, today's video is my first self-disclosure video. It is in regards of our walk, our charity walk, which we did for Autistic Association in October, and we did a free passes challenge for autism. As a part of this charity walk, we wanted also do Lubucha East, so climb Lubucha East, but unfortunately at the time there was no weather window. However, we did a couple of additional parts which you will see in a second on the map. So I have recorded short videos as we were walking every day. First part of the video is where we were and what we were doing, and the second part was about the autism. This video is a collection of those short videos only in regards of the autism, and I hope you will enjoy it. If you would like to watch the full video, they all will be uploaded to my YouTube channel, and you are more than welcome to see them, and you are more than welcome to ask me any questions if you would like to. So enjoy the watch and see you soon. Bye. As you may know, we are both autistic, so Patrick was diagnosed last year, I was diagnosed this year. I've got Autism Plus, so I've got autism and ADHD. I'm gonna be sharing with you from time to time how it is to be an autistic adult and how challenging it is. Mainly because all my work and all my research are dedicated to autistic adults, because I do believe that this group is very much forgotten, and we are actually very much neglected. So I hope you will find this informative or interesting. So first thing for the autistic adult, which I'm going to share with you, I do not keep eye contact. As you may probably notice in this video, it's very hard for me to keep eye contact to whoever I'm talking to, which sometimes can be taken as being rude, but this is nothing to be rude. It's just I can't stay with eye contact. It is too difficult for me. Yesterday we spoke about eye contact in regards of autism. So as for myself, I don't keep eye contact because it is too difficult for me. But for example, Patrick can stare, and some people may take it as that it is intimidating and challenging, where he's not. He is actually very attentive when he's listening, and that's why he got this facial expression that he doesn't blink, he stares, and you may have this perception that he stares directly into your eyes. But this is quite common for autistic people, that either we avoid eye contact or we keep eye contact very focused and very narrow. Changes. Well, I think we are both not so good with changes. I thought that I am better because I better accommodate any changes, but actually I'm not. I do better do adjustment plans and work around the plans to achieve the same goal. But if the goal is different and it's changed, then I'm not so okay. Patrick, for example, needs more time to adjust to a change, and at least 24 hours. And this is very dominant for the autistic adults, that we are not so good with the changes, but we are trying our best. Superpowers. So Patrick got the superpower. He's got something in his brain what allows him to find himself in every place on the planet. Literally. Yesterday we were lost in the middle of nowhere because the weather broke, and Patrick was able to guide us, and we were able to go to the Namche Bazaar easily. But also, for example, when we were in Shanghai, Patrick was able, after 1 hour, he was able to cross-reference every single street, how to go, where to go, where is the shortcut. Literally, to me, it is a massive superpower. This is your superpower. And as for me, I can learn anything and everything. Now I'm doing my 4th master because I was too lazy to do the PhD, and I'm always finding something interesting and curious and worth learning. And I'm very analytical, so literally I can connect any chaos and every situation, difficult situation, solve difficult situation within a second. So that's my superpower. Patrick's superpower is that he's very strategic and very holistic in his view. So he can be an expert in every discipline if you give him like 24 hours. As for me, I've got my superpower will be the memory. Before I started doing yoga, I was literally like a sponge, absorbing everything what was said, what I have read, what I watched. Now when I'm practicing yoga from I think 5 or 6 years right now, I'm more selective, but still my memory is on my side, that I do remember a lot of things. Overstimulation in a crowd and loud places. It is very much familiar to us, because whenever we are having crowds around us, we start to fight, and we need lots of time to regulate ourselves. And we both don't like crowds, we don't like a lot of people around us, because there are too many noises, and it is difficult for us to identify what each other is talking and to be on the same spot. We are very much anxious at the time. So this is our life experience. And today I'm gonna talk about late diagnosis in autism. Is it worth it or is it not worth it? Well, I think it is very individual for everyone. For me, it was worth it, because all those missing dots which I had carried on through all my life connected in 1 second, and finally I understood who I am, and I am enough. I love myself, I like myself, and I am just enough. How about you, Patrick? Late diagnosis.
Exactly the same. It was really worth it. It allowed me to find myself and just accept that yes, I have my strengths, I have my weaknesses, and just use them accordingly.
Yeah, that was a very good point. I'm also very much aware about my strengths and my weaknesses, and instead of blaming myself for my weaknesses, I understand them, why they are where they are, and I'm trying, same as Patrick, find a way around. I'm gonna talk about a very important topic today, which is rest. As an autistic adult, we tend to neglect the necessity of rest. So, for example, in my case, when the COVID came and all those lockdowns and everything, I was put in the new situation where my old routine is gone, and we were together 24/7 all the time, same house and everything. You couldn't even go anywhere above 5 miles. So we are quite blessed because we live next to the woods, and I was literally doing in those woods like 30 kilometers daily. My dog went on strike. She didn't want to go with me anymore at some point. And my disc slipped because I have ignored my body responses, and I ignored what my body wanted. And after a while, I've got an ankle injury. And when I went to my orthopedic consultant, and he told me, well, you must rest because it has to heal, I started questioning rest. How long? What am I supposed to be doing when I will be resting? And I started negotiating with him literally. Okay, so can I go for a walk with dogs? Can I run? Can I do the cross trainer? And at some point he'll literally gave up and said, yeah, you can do cross trainer, but not for the first 2 weeks. You have to rest. And to me, the word rest, whoever's saying the word rest, is like the biggest offense. Because you want me to stop, you want me to lay down, and do what? So this is where I struggle. And as for Patrick, because Patrick neglected his responses for rest and for regulation and rest stimulation, at some point he went into depression. And this is quite common for autism, that either we are going into depression or we do self-harming because we don't know if we are resting or when we're supposed to be resting, what we're supposed to be doing, how we're supposed to be feeling, how it's supposed to look like, and all other aspects. So this is our life experience. And remember, rest. There is nothing wrong in rest, like laying down for 1 hour and do nothing. But you have to learn that. So as for autism, I think yesterday was a marriage therapy for us, because now Patrick is waiting for me to come back, so I'm keep it short. Yes, it was a marriage therapy. It was pretty much combining our two superpowers together, where we were in a very risky situation in Himalaya, in the middle of nowhere, dark pitch, but we made it because we were able to do it together. His superpower, location, so navigate us from wherever. My superpower, okay, was the situation, analyzing every single bit, where was the last time when I saw the butcher and so on. I'm gonna tell you today from my experience how to is going through those passes, especially when you are losing the routines. Like today, we woke up 4:30 in the morning because we had to leave 5:30. It was so cold that I didn't have my morning hot water as I always have. Kind of a very weak breakfast. No green tea, which is also the part of my routine. So as a matter of fact, I consider this to be tough for me, and I was very grumpy at the time because all my routines were interrupted. And on the top of that, as we started walking, my tube from the water tank frozen, and it was like I feeling a disaster. And at some point I feel like I have no energy, I'm not going anywhere, everything is ruined. And it is literally for the routines. If my routines are not met, especially the morning ones, the day is ruined in my head. So it's tough, compromising routines. But now, look at this weather, people. Don't hide. Hello, this is Patrick. So stay with us. See you later. I'm gonna talk today about. Hang on, my view gone. Routines, because I've noticed that when we wake up at 4:30, I don't have time for my tiny routine, which is the water or green tea, because we have to go to the pass. I tend to have very less energy, I'm very grumpy, I don't want to go, and so on. But the minute my routines are back, so like today, that I was able to have everything in order I used to always have, um, I have a lot of energy today from I don't know where. And the day is fantastic and everything is brighter. So I don't know what is your experience as an autistic individual, but my definitely is that my routines needs to be intact, especially the morning ones. Otherwise, I do struggle. I'm gonna talk a little and very briefly about social situation and masking. As we are here, when I am tired, I don't give a monkey about masking. I can't be bothered because it requires too much energy from me, and even short contact with other people where I have to mask, it is a little sometimes too much for me. Patrick, for instance, Patrick is a master of masking. He always was, because I always, all my life, I thought he's a bubbly person. Whenever we are in the social situation, he's so bubbly. But I've never realized how much energy it costs him. So, as for now, when we've got a small interaction with people, so he can tell about himself, I can take him.
Hello?
Yeah.
So, if there's too many people around and there is too many interaction with people, I'm completely exhausted, and I'm aiming to just go away and hide in the quiet place where I can recharge.
Yeah, and I think we had here like an awkward social situation when I'm not gonna give many details, but briefly, we met some people. We talked about living in the various countries, and Patrick made a conclusion, which was strictly logical conclusion, and I think they felt a little offended, and I just catch it what he has said, and I thought to myself, oh dear Lord. But on the other hand, I was equally exhausted, so I don't give a monkey about masking, and I've said to Patrick, you know, you did a big baboo, social baboo, as I call it, and he said, yeah, I know, okay, whatever, let's move on. We are too tired for masking. So yeah, for the autistic person, if we are tired of both of us, me and Patrick, and we are dealing with a social situation, we are very logical, very to the point, and very straightforward. No bubble around. And sometimes it can be taken as rude, but to be fair, it is not rude. It is pure facts with a logical conclusion followed by a logical chain of events. This is how we operate. And we try to do our best to mask, and we try to our best to facilitate our being and our how we talk and how we perceive things to neurotypical world, but sometimes it is too difficult, and we would like also neurotypical world sometimes to understand us. Take care. It was challenging, it was exciting. As a marriage on spectrum, we proved that we work together as a team. And although I had lots of challenges in terms of my routines, Patrick also had his challenges. He's sitting there. But we did it. So age, condition, anything, it's just irrelevant. If you want to do something, you're gonna do it. And as for autism, I think regardless where are you on the spectrum, because it is a spectrum, you can do whatever you want, and you can be whoever you want, regardless what people are saying, and always stand up for yourself.